Hey guys, it's Peanut and Ice Cream Bar. Today I'm doing part 2 of how to make a ball joint doll scale chair for the 1/3 scale. Last time we covered how to put the base together and putting on the batting, so today we're going to cover fabric. Cover fabric, get it? Haha. I definitely made a lot of mistakes at this portion of the chair making video, and though you will see me make those mistakes, I will try to help guide you away from those mistakes. I still think it turned out pretty well for just having a random idea while looking at office supplies. What I'm going to start doing is making my pattern, basically. This probably would have been easier to do before I glued all of this stuff together, but I'm going to just take outlines of all the different parts of my chair, the arms, the seat, the backrest, all of the parts, and I'm just doing that in Sharpie. My fabric's thick enough that it didn't show through, and I'm going to then cut them out. Definitely remember to leave yourself a good amount of seam allowance. I did remember to leave seam allowance, but not enough for the way I ended up actually making this. So then I'm just starting to sew the pieces together. And what you definitely want to do, what I found was actually easiest, was to sew the front of the seat, the actual seat of the chair, the back of the chair, where the backrest is, and then the back of the chair where the actual back of the chair is. So you can see right now I have all three of those pieces sewn together, and I'm looking at putting on a side. I would not sew the sides, depending on what kind of chair you made. I wouldn't sew the sides just yet. If you want to sew the sides, that's kind of up to you. I wish I hadn't. But now you can see how it's fitting on the chair. And so this is pretty much what I've done, and at this point, the easiest thing to do is to actually hem everything you have. And if you are sewing, I definitely recommend doing a lot of pinning. Pin, 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 pin away, pin until your fingers bleed. So you can see here, I've already attached one arm, and I've actually gone ahead and hemmed everything for putting that cover on. And then what I'm doing for the arms is I'm taking the fabric and I'm pinning it on the opposite side and sewing up just that. You can kind of see the line right there. I'm sewing up the front seam. The rest of it I'm actually just taking and I'm putting on the arm under the other fabric that I've already hemmed. And this way I don't have to worry about sewing everything together. I didn't have to sew the arm to the seat to the back, because obviously this isn't made like a normal chair. So this way I think it actually looks a little more realistic. It is a ton easier, because at first I was trying to sew everything together and that was a complete mess. So this ton easier looks way better. Definitely think about how you're putting the fabric on, think about how it's going to work beforehand. This is why I say I didn't have enough seam allowance, because then you can see the front is a little too far away, because I was thinking it would be sewn to the arm when in fact the arm is actually resting underneath. So it's definitely a little complicated to explain. I wish I had not made so many mistakes. But at this point I'm just kind of hot gluing all of the fabric into place. I opted for hot glue because I thought that the hot glue would go really well through the batting all the way down to the cardboard and the binder, and hot glue and fabric usually work pretty well together if your glue is pretty hot. So now you can sort of see it coming together, and I'm just going to hot glue everything down at this point. It's also helpful to do it this way because you can hot glue the bottom of the fabric to the binders on the seat and backrest part, which you wouldn't be able to do if you were just making a cover, and that's going to help make it look a little bit more realistic, a little bit nicer. And you can kind of see I definitely didn't need to put those sides on. There was definitely enough fabric on the back that could have wrapped around and met the arm fabric. I want to make this video again and do it in a more clear way because it's hard to explain. It would just be easier to show. So now I'm on the Ottoman part. That's really just the bottom of the chair. I'm taking a piece of fabric and I'm tracing out where the Ottoman hits the fabric, and then I'm just going to cut out the extra squares. And once I cut out those squares, I'm just going to put it on my Ottoman and wrap it around like a present. I'm not worried about covering the bottom of the Ottoman because that's the bottom of the chair and no one is going to see. I'm just going to use hot glue, and there you have it. If you wanted to permanently attach your Ottoman to the top of your chair, you definitely could. I opted not to, so it's easier to store, but I thought it, like I said, I think it turned out pretty well for a random little project that first time trying to upholster miniature furniture for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to all of you later. Let me know if you try making this chair. I want to see what other things people can come up with. I'm gonna definitely be brainstorming some stuff, so thank you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye!